Hello, everybody. Okay, wait, my glasses are super bright. So there we go. It was like shining in light. All right, so here we are. It's a super late live stream. So wow, what a day I had. Yeah, so I'm coming to you at night because I am committed to going live in this group Monday through Friday. And since I didn't go this afternoon, I'm gonna still do it. Whether I don't go to sleep until I go live in this group Monday through Friday. So that's how it works. So even when we have stuff come up in our lives, we gotta like pivot and just keep on going. So we're coming here now. And I wanted to talk to you tonight real quick about the biggest thief of joy and share with you a little story about my day today and why we just don't want to allow this thief in our space. So the biggest thief of joy, and you've probably heard this before, but if you haven't, I'm going to tell you now. The biggest thief of joy, when you are trying to connect with your higher self, when you're trying to connect with your intuition, when you're trying to create your soul-aligned life, when you're trying to make big changes in your world, when you're trying to build a business, when you're trying to do anything that is requiring a higher version of yourself or becoming the best version of yourself, the biggest thief of joy when it comes to this process is comparisonitis. It's comparing yourself to other people. And that tends to happen when we are going on a path, we're on a mission, we're trying to reach some sort of a goal in our lives, whether it's getting better health, getting better shape, we're trying to build a business, we're trying to meet the love of our lives. And then we go on social media, right? And then we go on Facebook, we go on Instagram, and we just look and we scroll and we go, wow, you know, it looks like this person, this woman has her shit together. Look, you know, the happy picture of her with her hubby and her kids, and she looks like an amazing mom, and she looks all put together, and I look like Hot Mess Express, and or she's building a business and doing this and doing that. And why don't I have that yet? Why am I not that far? Why she's in such good shape? I don't know if I can ever get there. And you start to look and just really compare yourself and get demotivated. And it's really just robs you of your motivation and your joy to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. And the thing is that a lot of times what you see on social media doesn't always portray the whole picture, right? Doesn't always give the whole story. Like I've heard it said, and I love this, you can't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20, right? You just can't. Like usually they are at a different point in their journey and you're not seeing what's happening behind the scenes, or you're not seeing what did happen behind the scenes in their past. You're just seeing kind of the result or the highlight reel of what's going on with them. And I'm going to give you a story and share what happened to me today. So I know I get a lot of messages saying, Jen, you know, I love your videos and your posts and you're very inspiring, and you know, you must be an amazing mom, you must be an amazing wife, and you know, you have this amazing business and all this stuff, and you have all your stuff together, and I don't know what I'm doing, and how can I do that? And I just don't know if I can do that. And I have to laugh sometimes because today nothing went as planned. Like I wasn't on here live this afternoon like I usually am. I had some issues with my older son who's 13, who decided to just take an attitude and take off out of the house, and we got really scared. We had to go look for him, and we did find him. Thank goodness he wasn't that far. He was being a shyster a little bit, but you know, and he's having a really tough time in school, really tough time. And so tonight, I wasn't on live this afternoon. And then tonight I had a call for my Release and Realign group, my 9:00 p.m. Eastern weekly call on Thursday nights. And I was putting him to bed, my 13-year-old, and we were just he had a meltdown, and he was crying, and he was just pouring a lot of things out of him, just talking about things he hadn't revealed yet or revealed before. So it was like this huge, this mom, I need mom moment. And so I was a half an hour late for my call, which hadn't happened before. That didn't happen. So yeah, so sometimes you never know what's going on in somebody's world. You might assume that everything is fine. And I could go online and look at other coaches online and say, oh my gosh, look at even the coach that I work with. I go look at her and go, look at, she has all her stuff together. She's always on time for her live streams. She knows what's going on. And, you know, I could go on there and just say, you know, beat myself up and go look at other coaches and say, they're already doing this. They already have this going on and that going on. And why don't I have that? And why don't I have, you know, look at this mom and that mom, she's got her kids are just loving life and loving school and they're always happy, and my kids over here unhappy, and what's going on? Yeah, so I could easily have gone down that rabbit hole today. Could have easily gone down the rabbit hole, but I won't do that anymore. I used to do that a lot. And I used to get bummed out, you know, scrolling on social media. And I used to do all that kind of comparison. And it used to hold me back in my business. I wouldn't take action because I thought somebody's already done it, or somebody's doing it better than me, or they're already ahead of me. I can't be as polished as she is, or I can't do what she's doing, or I'm failing miserably as a mom because look at this person and that person and how they're doing. And the truth of the matter is, you never know what's going on behind the scenes. You never know what they're going through. You never know what they have been through. I don't see the blood, sweat, and tears that my coach or other coaches are going through when they first were, you know, building their practice. Or I didn't see something that happened in their world today that totally screwed up their plans, right? You don't see that stuff. You do not see that stuff. But it's great to be authentic about it and tell the story, share your vulnerabilities, right? Because that's what makes you real. And that's what makes this journey kind of exciting. It would be boring if everything was the same and we all were the same. That makes you unique. And you're going to have bumps in the road. You're going to have obstacles. There are going to be people who are ahead of you in the journey. And that's okay. That's totally okay, right? Because they've been through their trials of fire too, and they'll go through them again. The key is, as long as you have your goals in mind, as long as you're in alignment, you're doing things that are in alignment with your soul, you know what your priorities are. I just worked on this with my group tonight, where we just made plans for what our 3 top priorities are for the year and how we want to feel. If everything that you do is in support of that, even when the shit hits the fan, you're going to be okay, and you're going to be able to get through it. You're going to put your blinders on. So whatever you're doing, you know, if you're going through, you want to find your mentors and your examples of people you can, you know, really model from, and you can learn from, and you can get inspiration from, for sure. But know that they're human and that they have things going on in their lives too that are tough. They have moments that suck, and sometimes they're not always super high vibe. And they've also probably been through blood, sweat, and tears to get where they are. It wasn't like they just did it so easily. Why can't you do it that easily? They didn't do it that easily. They went through a whole bunch of crap too, right? So yeah. So just know we're all in this together. We all go through the same shit, and we all put our pants on the same way, right? So there's no room for comparing yourself to anyone, right? You are running your own race and you're in your own lane, and that's cool, right? And we honor and respect that others are in theirs. And wherever they're at, that's awesome. And wherever you're at, that's awesome. Just stay in alignment with who you are and what you want, and you will not lose. You will not. Even if you have bumps in the road, even if you have to change course, even if you have setbacks, doesn't matter. You're always going to stay in alignment with your higher self. You're going to be okay. And it's all going to work out the way it's meant to work out. It's going to be all good. So that's my little tip for today, is just don't let that thief of joy come knocking at your door, because you just never know. And you have everything you need right now inside of you to do whatever the hell you want to do and be whatever you want to be, right? And you're not broken. It's all good. Doesn't matter what he or she has or what it looks like they have. It's blinders on, staying in our lane, and keeping your desires, your dreams, your desires, the way you want to feel at the top of the list. And if you want to work on what that means for you, I suggest jumping into Release and Realign right now, next week is our last week, so you can catch up on all the workbook work and get her done. And really, I help you to really uncover what your desires are so you can keep them. You know what your priorities are going to be. You don't need to compare yourself, because when you're on purpose, it doesn't matter. All right, so that's it. That was my story. That was my that was my family situation with my 13-year-old. Yes. Hashtag mom life, teen mom, OMG, and now I'm probably gonna go to sleep soon. Yeah, it's been that day, but there's no time for comparing. It's not gonna steal my joy. I'm still on purpose, and we just get through it. We get through it. We learn and we grow. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching and being with me. I will see you tomorrow for the next live stream, and have an amazing night.